Salutations, everybody. It is Matty here today, and I hope all of you had an absolutely wonderful weekend, because over said weekend, we got some brand new Mass Effect Legendary Edition to sift through. From brand new comments from project director Mac Walters, to spiced and new screenshots to stare at and admire, and last, certainly not least, is the great butt debate of 2021. It is in full swing, ladies and gentlemen, as Miranda Lawson is at the core of all the talk of butts in Mass Effect as we speak. And some Mass Effect fans have sworn off the name Mass Effect and have just started calling it M Effect. I lied about the last part, but seriously, there are people who are upset. So, if you're new here, you like RPGs, maybe you like a little bit of BioWare content, or, you might like me, do consider subscribing. Like button also does help out the channel. But with all of that out of the way, let's get into the hottest topic, which is Miranda Lawson. Now, for those of you who have never played Mass Effect before, a spoiler-free description of Miranda Lawson is she is a party member you meet early on in Mass Effect 2. She is genetically engineered from her looks to her biotics to her talent to be the spitting image of perfection. That is literally the core of her character and how she deals with this type of lifestyle amidst her family. So with all that in mind, there are some changes to camera angles for Miranda Lawson coming to Mass Effect 2. Some people aren't a fan of it. Let's read the official comments from Mac Walters, and then we're going to discuss. I swear, it's like the part of my job when people go, oh, you talk about video games. And I'm like, yeah, today I talked about this character's butt in Mass Effect 2. I love my job. Character and environment director Kevin Meek actually called out some camera angles that were just, why was that focusing on Miranda's butt, Walters said. So in some cases, we said, okay, we can make the change there. Some cases, he is emphasizing. Walters indicated that there weren't changes to specific models, but instead updates to where the cameras were angled. All right, so you know me, I have no existing bias whatsoever to modern BioWare as it stands, and honestly, no matter what option I pick here, I'm going to get people angry, so I'm just going to tell it to you straight, as always, which is, I think this is a good choice by BioWare. Look, I remember when I played this game for the first time ever, I was like 15 years old, and camera angles like this.
He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
I think Miranda's like my favorite character in this game. It's just something about her story. It's pretty good. I just feel like it doesn't serve to do anything for her character, especially in a moment like that. She's talking about her family. She's talking about all this serious stuff, and then BioWare goes, you want to check out the butt, though? And I don't know, man. I just felt like that was really off, especially as I've, grown up since I was 15. You look at it and go, why? Why? I have seen some people call this censorship, a word that gets tossed around the internet fairly casually, and I'm sure some will disagree. I'm very much wary of big companies and corporations having lots of power in controlling what people have to say. I'm a big believer in freedom of speech, as I imagine many are. But in this case here, I don't believe this is censorship, because Miranda's model is going to be the same. You can still have her in her party, and she is going to look the same. There are still going to be many moments throughout the game where you're going to go, wow, Miranda is a very attractive person, to put it simply. They haven't changed her character. They have only changed certain camera angles where I personally believe it was pretty off-putting and completely distracted from what could have otherwise been a powerful moment in her personal character arc. And the focus shouldn't have been on her butt at that point. Her romance scene is the same. It remains as revealing as we've seen in all of BioWare's games. So I know some people will disagree. That's fine. I think it's a good change at the end of the day. Some people say it helps build Miranda's character because she is this person who's engineered to be perfection, both physically and ability-wise. So when they show off her butt, that means that it's the sign of pure perfection. And look, just stop. I'm just telling you to stop and think for a second, okay? I don't think that's what BioWare's intention was, okay? They were probably like, I really don't think it cuts that deep. Her character is serviceable enough, interesting enough on its own, and I don't think the camera angles serve to build anything more. Now, for all of you who are with me and not like down in the comments screaming at me, let's continue by talking about some new updates coming to Mass Effect Legendary Edition that have nothing to do with butts, such as difficulty levels. So Mass Effect 1, you had to beat the game multiple times to unlock subsequent difficulties. Now that has been changed. Mac Walters has confirmed on his Twitter account where he writes, "Restriction removed. I think we've all earned the right to be immediately and brutally punished by our favorite games." When asked about the Mass Effect Legendary Edition difficulty levels on the original trilogy, you had to beat them once to unlock Hardcore and then another to unlock Insanity. So no more multiple runs. You can do your like Vanguard Insanity playthrough or whatever and go crazy with it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've actually never tried to play Mass Effect on the really high levels of difficulty, and especially because I want to stream parts of my playthrough with all of you out there who want to watch it. I think like this will be an awesome moment for all of us, and I'm really excited to try it out, and especially now it's available day one and I don't have to beat the game multiple times, which I probably will anyway, since I don't have to beat it multiple times to unlock it. Some may see that as a, oh man, I wish I had more replayability there because, you know, it's fun to replay it and unlock it. But I think it's good that they recognize, hey, most people have been here, done that. And for those who maybe just want a challenge right out the gate, they have that option. So this is a really good, underrated quality of life change in my opinion. And I'm very excited about it because I'm probably going to get my butt kicked. You know, the most I've done is Insanity level Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Does that count? Because it's not in the game, and I'm going to mention it every single video until BioWare adds it back. They've got to do it one of these days. Just a free update. Oh my God, man. Oh, I would pay for it. I would pay for it. I'm going to buy Mass Effect 3 for my 360 just so I can play this and shut up. Get it out of my system. Now, it's not only just visual stuff, gameplay stuff that's changing. Let's talk a little bit about audio. This comes from one of the audio directors at BioWare, who says the work varied from title to title, as you can imagine. But yes, your assumptions are correct. Content quality settings could be unlocked, reworked choice sounds, added to sparse cinematics, legacy bug fixes for the audio itself, and lots of tool wrangling. If you go back and you play Mass Effect 1 and you go into Mass Effect 2, there is a clear difference in audio there. And this is something that's underrated. When you look at Mafia Definitive Edition, the one that remade Mafia 1, the audio there, even though I only did the preview, was really surprisingly good, from the voice work to the environmental sounds, cars, guns. Everything about that game just sounded excellent. There was a level of true detail there that helped bring the world to life, and it's something that they couldn't have accomplished back then. So while the audio stuff people may kind of just skimp by because they think to themselves, oh, I can't see it, so it doesn't really matter, or I'm not really going to pay attention to it, it's those subtle things that build up an experience. So just know the audio is being reworked, and there's even audio bugs being fixed on top of all of that. When asked for Mass Effect 1 if it'll be overheat or thermal clip based off all of the gameplay updates, Max said overheat. Core mechanics were maintained, but of course, as I mentioned in multiple videos, squad control, camera, etc., all have been updated and improved, as well as an updated HUD. Okay, so this is really important that they got it right, because if he went thermal clips, that would have been bad, okay? You know, some people were trying to like use Miranda's backstory as a reason for the camera angles, but like here would have been something in the gameplay that if they changed would have actually clashed with the lore big time, okay? Because there is no way that they could have been using thermal clips until Mass Effect 2. Just based off how the story of 1, once again, without spoiling it, plays out, they could not have actually done this. So yes, keeping it at overheat is the good choice here. For those who don't know, it's pretty self-explanatory. The guns would overheat in Mass Effect 1, and then in 2 and 3, it was more like your standard reloading thermal clips. You'd have an ammo limit, that type of stuff. So in Mass Effect 1, it stays at overheat. This is good because it would have really messed with the lore quite a bit. Now, maybe you want to go ahead and start things off with Mass Effect 2. I don't know why you would skip all the changes in Mass Effect 1, but Mac also confirmed that throughout the new launcher, you are able to hop in and start whichever Mass Effect 1 you want to whenever. So you don't have to play 1 to unlock 2 or back out of 2 to play 1. It's all there under the same launcher. So in case you're really thinking about skipping out on Mass Effect 1, you can do that, which I would, by the way, not recommend doing at all. But still, that's something you can do. Now, last but certainly not least, feast your eyes on some comparison shots for both FemShep and MaleShep, especially with FemShep. Good Lord. Oh my God. She looks so much better, especially the hair. Now, they did confirm that the default presets will be available as well on top of this, but I gotta say, I look at FemShep, and I think maybe it's because of the makeup, her eyes look a lot better, where MaleShep, his eyes are like complete glass, like he's spaced out thinking about his ex or something, man. Like he looks on another planet, pardon the pun. And I gotta say that the FemShep, though, that's who I'm playing as. She looks fire. I love her look. I love it. So I'm very excited about that. But pretty much when it comes to textures, face quality, all that stuff, looks a lot better. We will see on the animation front, though. That will be interesting to see. But at least just visually speaking, looking pretty sharp, Shepard, gotta say. But with all of that, that is it. From the butt debate to new updates to Mass Effect, some things that have been confirmed, as well as some comparison screenshots. That's all I have been able to round up for all of you today. And do keep it locked in here for more Mass Effect coverage, Dragon Age coverage, KOTOR, a lot of BioWare stuff, man. Really, it's been awesome lately. It's been awesome just to dive back into a lot of series that, really shaped pretty much my RPG love to this day, and just have a community surrounding them excited to talk about it. It's been really nice. So thank you to all of you who have joined up. To those of you who have stuck with me for a while, I appreciate all of you. It's time for me to wrap all this up. So by all means, fire away in the comments down below. If you haven't already, I can only imagine one topic everyone will be talking about, but that's okay. I'm just curious to hear what you have to say, so go ahead, fire away. So be sure to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. Big thank you to all the patrons, all the members who continue to support the heck out of the content here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.